Procrastination. Just do the thing. Welcome to Falling in Love with Life. Here on my channel, I talk about my experience with anxiety and depression and what I did to help heal it and to fall in love with life. Today, I want to talk about procrastination. I get stuck in this a lot, and I wanted to share with you how I have learned to overcome it. But to start with, as always, I invite you to close your eyes and feel into your heart space with love and compassion and without judgment. And just breathe into your heart space. So the subject matter of this video is quite amusing for me today because until a few minutes ago, I was deep in procrastination, and I had procrastination about creating this video. I really got stuck in overthinking what I was going to make this video about, what the subject matter was going to be, and how I was going to reach people who needed this information of whatever that subject matter was, and how I was going to provide value. And it occurred to me as I was stuck in this place that I was not doing either of those things. The thing about the subjects of my videos is that I let myself be guided to what the subject is going to be on the day. So sometimes, even as I'm driving out to wherever I want to film, I don't even know what the video is going to be about until I get there. And I was waiting for that inspiration to strike today, and I just couldn't find it. And I kept getting stuck in my head, and as time passed, I was getting more worried about it. I was still living in the flow in that I was following my instincts for the day, but nothing was coming up for this video. And I was starting to get quite concerned. So I thought, well, I will browse YouTube and I'll see what comes up as suggested, and I'll see if inspiration strikes me there. So I did that, and what often comes up suggested for me is information about how to grow your YouTube channel, how to reach more people, how to define your niche, etc., etc. And that video added a lot of value for me as a small creator, and I'm going to link that in the description because I feel that it had a lot of important information for small creators. But the ironic thing was, then I started scrolling through the comments, and I realized that I was really just procrastinating about this video because I didn't feel prepared. I didn't feel like I could provide value to people. And as I browsed through the comments, and I liked some of them, and I commented to some people, and I browsed some people's channels because I really like to do that with small creators, I checked the time, and I realized that I had about 30 minutes to film this video today. The funny thing is that normally I would be kind of okay with that. I would be like, well, maybe today I'm just not going to create a video. I'll create one tomorrow. But we are about to go into the weekend, and I am about to be away for my work, and I won't have time to create a video on the weekend. So I knew that it was pretty much now or never with the video. And that's when it hit me to talk about procrastination. So I've suffered with procrastination because I am somewhat of a perfectionist. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it well. I want it to be amazing. I want it to be the best that it can be. And posting content, video content on YouTube has really challenged me in that respect, because the truth is I put off starting a YouTube channel for years. I knew that I wanted to. I felt that I probably had something that I could produce of value, though I didn't know exactly what that was at the time. But that little voice in my head kept saying, you know, you don't know enough, you're not going to be good enough, people aren't going to want to watch you, you're not interesting enough, you're not relatable enough, all of these things. And I came up with all of these reasons why I shouldn't start a YouTube channel. Recently, when I did start, which was actually just under 2 weeks ago, I started because I watched a video that basically said just post even if no one's going to watch. Just start even if no one's going to watch. And somehow that kind of gave me inspiration to just not worry about making it the best content on YouTube, because if no one watched, then it didn't really matter how good or bad it was. Now, I still want to provide value and I still want it to be good content for people. But the big thing was, what I've noticed over the last 12-ish days is that because I started and because I have been doing it consistently and filming consistently, my energy around it has changed and my skills are growing exponentially. My confidence is growing exponentially. And as I try new things, I'm making a lot of progress that I would not get if I never actually started. So, my big tip about overcoming procrastination is to just start. And I know that this is not some secret formula that no one else has ever said, but sometimes we need to hear it 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 20 times. Sometimes we need to hear it be said by a certain person. Sometimes we need to hear it be said in a certain way or with a certain story for it to be effective. And I'm hoping that the people who find this video, it will help inspire you to just start, whatever it is. Whether it is starting a YouTube channel, whether it is starting an Instagram, whether it is starting that knitting project you've been putting off, or that sewing project, or that other creative project, whether it is that assignment that you're putting off until the mad rush the night before. And I know everything about the mad rush the night before for assignments. But the thing is, the sooner you start, the actual better quality the product or the end result is going to be. Because once you start gaining skills, you start gaining experience, you start gaining confidence, you start gaining feedback. And that means that you will grow in your skills, and whatever you produce by the end will be so much better. And you can watch all the tutorials on YouTube or any other platform on how to do something the best or perfectly, or 5 top tips, or formulas. You can learn all those things, but that can also be a form of procrastination, because you justify yourself that you are starting because you're learning about it. And learning about it is important, but it won't give you as much progress as actually starting and then continuing to learn about it as you go. So, with that said, I hope this helps you with your procrastination. I hope that you start whatever it is you've been putting off and following your dreams, because I promise you, if you do that, you will feel so good. You'll feel so good for having either started or completed whatever you've been putting off. And that is the only way to really relieve the pressure of procrastination. So, with that said, thank you for joining me today. I share other self-help, self-growth, manifestation, and spiritual content on my channel. If this has been of value for you today, I would really love it if you would check that out. Hit a like, no pressure. and I will see you in the next video. Lots of love on your journey of falling in love with life. Bye.